Hey everyone, and welcome back to the reboot era. First and foremost, I'm Dre. Second, I apologize for not posting a video in a minute. It's been 5 days, maybe more, but I've been pivoting. This time is precious to be able to be fresh out of work. And while I definitely want employment again, I also have been trying to take the time to hang out with my mom and hang out with my dogs and talk to friends and family. And with that, I've also been working on some really cool things, one of which is social media content. I'm sharing educational content here, but I love to make people laugh. I think my sense of humor is one of the best parts of me. And I've been trying pretty hard to determine what my niche kind of area is that I want to share out there on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube Shorts. And I think I finalized what that is, being essentially making videos for people who relate to corporate BS, layoffs, interviews, the interviewing process, things that are good, things that are bad, and then adding a level of humor to it that ideally makes you laugh because it's hyperbolized, it's exaggerated, but ideally you're laughing. So, if you're here, you're probably laid off or you're burned out or you're just done with waiting for another, we'll keep you in mind email. If that's you, this video is definitely for you. If that's not you, well, stay tuned or send this to somebody who it might impact. If you could hit the subscription button, subscribe to my channel. If not, totally understand. Check me out on social media. TikTok is Draycation, Draycation. And then on Instagram, it's Draycation. There's an it's in the beginning. And then I believe YouTube is still the reboot era because this is going to be here. Dre Jankowski on LinkedIn. All of the stuff will be linked down below in the description. Today we're going to talk about a really cool app, actually. And the app is called JobGet. It's actually not for white collar workers. So if that's you, feel free to drop. If that's not you or that is you and you're curious about what I'm talking about here, if you've never heard of this app, essentially there's a point in a layoff where you no longer care what you do, you just need income. And JobGet is specifically designed for blue collar and hourly roles. So whether you're taking a break from that white collar burnout or you just need income ASAP, this app essentially connects you with nearby jobs that are actually hiring right now. There's not rounds and rounds of interviews. There's maybe one or two. And even oftentimes it's actually much quicker than that because the work in the areas that you are, restaurants, pet stores, they need employees now and they don't have to go through the bureaucracy of 7 rounds of interviews. So today in the video, we're going to talk about how it works. I've discussed who it's for and how it's essentially changing the game. If you have been looking for a job, you totally get and understand how bad the market is. And you know that your applications that you're applying to, one, have hundreds of applicants within 5 minutes. And two, when you submit yours, it feels like it's going to basically a big black hole that no one will reach out to you. When they finally do, the interviews stretch for weeks on end. And then if they give you the offer, it typically is a lowball or it just doesn't pay very well. If you're like me, you might have hit a point where you're just like, you know what, I need income and I don't care if it's not perfect. I'm tired of waiting for a yes. And so that's what this app is really cool. So I started doing some research just around what are the alternatives. If I don't want to use LinkedIn, if I don't want to use Indeed, and just checking out the competition in the market for job boards. And then I actually came across this thing mainly because I was also open to not working in corporate America right now. And I found an app that's essentially helping people get hired in Dave's, and that's called JobGet. So I'll put the link down below in the description as well. But it is free, it's 100% free, which you guys know I'm all about being free. It's a free mobile app. It's designed for blue collar, hourly, and frontline workers. Think jobs in retail, food service, delivery, warehouse, caregiving, really anything, trade work. It's location based, so it connects you to employers near you who are actually actively hiring at this time. And you can chat with employers directly through the app. So there's no endless resume black holes, not to mention because it's not corporate America and it's blue collar work, you're not going to have to worry about like ATS and your resume being perfect. It's a super fast response time. People are honestly getting interviews in hours, not weeks. And like I mentioned before, you're not going to have a multi round. It's just real people hiring for real jobs. And it's typically in the same week, if not the same 2 weeks. And I honestly will say that there's absolutely no shame in pivoting. If you need to work and make money, this is a power move, not a downgrade. Don't think of this, oh, I don't want to be working at McDonald's. Are you kidding? Work at McDonald's, pay that car payment, pay your rent. And when you come home in the evenings, you can hop on the job market and start applying to jobs at other places if that's what you want. For me personally, for the last 8 to 10 years, I've always been in white collar roles. But the reality is that if you don't have a job currently or you're like not getting callbacks, guess what? That's not paying your bills. No shame aside. Now, back in the day, I say it like I'm super old. When I was in college, I worked at Under Armour. I had an amazing manager while I was at Under Armour. I also worked in a Olympia Sports. I don't even know if they're still around, but it was another sporting store. And I think those are the only two like blue collar kind of retail places I've worked. But anyways, this app is definitely designed for people who are laid off and need to earn quickly and they would need something local and it maybe not even full time, maybe just part-time work. People transitioning careers and who want to okay, so people transitioning careers and want work while figuring out what's next. And anyone who's feeling burned out by the corporate hiring circus. Check this app out. Obviously, it's for way more than those people, but the people who typically listen to my YouTube channel, they are, I think, in one of those three categories. I would say that trying this out doesn't mean that you're giving up on trying to find that job that's going to pay you 6 figures or trying to find your next move up the corporate ladder. Taking a blue collar job doesn't mean that you're giving up on your goals. It just means that you're adapting and essentially you're surviving. If you're making moves while everyone else is still stuck refreshing LinkedIn, who's really winning in that situation? Some statistics about JobGet's growth and how it's showing that it works. They've had 2 million plus downloads. They've had $52 million in Series B seed funding. They have AI features like resume reformatting and interview prep built into their app. And then the hiring time, like I mentioned before, is cut from months down to days. I'm going to hop over that in a second. I think the biggest piece is a call to action here. If you're tired of essentially waiting and just need a job that pays, try this app out. It's not sponsored. I actually hooked my mom up with the app, so she's now like she scrolls in bed and looks at stuff because it's an app. It's not a website. And if you've used JobGet or have any other apps that actually work, feel free to drop them in the comments because I'd love to help each other out for real. I'd love to check them out and I'd love to do a video for other people who may not have heard of those things. So I'm going to go ahead and join from my phone. And ideally, I'll be able to share the screen on my phone so that we can go through this together. I just quickly made an account. I actually haven't even played on the app yet. So we're going to do this live together. And let me see if I can connect to my headphones so that you don't hear the echo in the background. And then let's see. Let me share my screen. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to mute this so that I don't hear myself talking and then share my screen and start broadcast. Okay, here we go. It's working. Okay, so this is what the app looks like. JobGet, it's purple, super cute. Inside of here, I'm going to move my face to the side so that we can all see this together. It looks like it has these really cool icons at the top that make it very easy, very quick and easy to go and as a way to filter things you can do for you, specifically entry level retail. I've set nothing up on this profile, so I am not sure. Getting cash quickly, it looks like users earn over $1,000 with Get Cash. Let's see what this is. If I stop earning, oh, you have to play games. That's not really my thing. I also don't know how to get out of this. All right, let's get out of that. Okay, applying with one tap. So these are similar to LinkedIn, it looks like, where you have an easy apply and you can scroll to the side. So I'm in Boise. It looks like customer service, self-storage manager. Like these are pretty cool jobs and they're all pretty local. They're all pretty local. I actually have a storage unit at one of these facilities. So that's funny. Featured, here's some jobs that they're featuring, which looks awesome. They probably do some type of sponsorship here, so they're probably paying to get in front of you. Jobs that are paying 20 plus dollars per hour. Like this is great, especially if you have maybe a minimum of what you can make. And apologies, I'm not looking at the camera. I'm trying to do this at the same time. Top companies that are hiring, which is pretty cool. It shows you what's in your area and what's hiring, jobs near you. Ideally, everything's near you on this app. I believe that's one of the pros here. No experience. So these are things that I guess you just don't need experience for. They will teach you what you need to know, which is awesome. And then here's some, I like this part, the part-time jobs, right? Because sometimes you just need a little bit of money, or maybe you need like an evening, specific times that you can work. This can be really great so that you can still be at home during the day. And then in the evening, you can get out of the house and maybe do something in your area. This is awesome. I like this app so far. Now, there was something else that I saw when I first opened it, and it looks like it's not here anymore. But you can swipe. Let's just click this For You button. And oh, that's actually not going to work. Let's do the $20 plus. Okay, this isn't what I saw. This is going to give you the list view, but there was a really cool way in messages. It looks like this is where you would communicate with all of your prospective employers when they're talking with you. The reviews are awesome. So obviously it's only based on people who are giving reviews, but it's crowdsourced. However, you can see like if you click one of these reviews, like for McDonald's, you can see, okay, the schedule and flexibility is pretty great. The company culture, not so great. And it shows the weeks by which people gave these reviews and what they said. I will say, like, people tend to give bad reviews more than they give good reviews. So try to take everything with a grain of salt. And just because one person had that experience, it doesn't mean everyone's going to have that experience. But I think that these are really cool. I think this app is awesome. Getting cash, we already did that and we didn't like that. And then your profile. So it looks like here's where you'd upload your resume, which seems pretty easy. You could always send it to yourself via text message, or you could, it looks like, build your JobGet resume, which will walk you through inserting the information by yourself. Let's, yes, quit. Go back. Now I want to see. There was a really cool way where you could like see jobs. Let's see what's work from home. This is not bad. You can do remote work jobs too that you can find from in your area. To be honest with you, I haven't, like I said, I haven't clicked through this. So I'm seeing some stuff here that I'm like, you know what? Like it beats unemployment and maybe you get healthcare. So it's not the worst. I could still continue to make content for everyone and honestly get a job pretty quickly. I am highly recommending this, guys and girls, whoever's listening, whoever's watching. Definitely check out your area. Let's see if we can search for, you have to enter an address. Give me 1 second. I want to see something, a really rural location and see if what they have for jobs. So I'm gonna do throw back to like my hometown what they have in. I'm originally from St. Albans, Vermont, for those who don't know. And I'm just gonna put in my like original childhood address. I don't even think this is it, to be honest with you. That's just a street nearby me, but we'll try it out. So even in places that are pretty rural, it looks like there's still these places are all within a 30-minute drive, but it looks like they're still having some good options for jobs that pay. This is awesome. I really like this. I wish finding a white collar job was this easy. This is amazing. It's just so straightforward. The jobs are posted here. Now, I can't obviously speak to the messages. Maybe what I'll do is I'll do a follow-up video if I do end up applying to jobs on here. Let me stop sharing my screen here because that's pretty much all I wanted to share on that. Maybe what I'll do is I will find jobs that work that I want to apply to and I'll apply to them and I'll message some people and see how it works and potentially follow up with a part two. I'll use it for a little bit. I'll also have my mom use it and give me some feedback. And I'll follow up with everyone, let them know if I like it, how I like it, what's going on. And yeah, so JobGet, is that what it's called? Yeah, JobGet, like you're clutch. Love you. If you ever see this video, you did a really cool thing and I'm jealous of you. And thank you from everyone to you and your business. But that's pretty much all I had to say. Again, I would love if you guys could subscribe. I'd love if you could follow me on social media. Again, that will all be linked down below. And I posted a funny video today. So go check out my June 4th post. Short video today. Stay strong. You guys got this. Virtual hug for anyone who needs it. And I'll try to be posting more regularly again with more lessons learned and tips and tricks. Thanks, everyone. Have a great rest of your week.